Welcome back to She Talks Money. I'm really glad you're here today because this is one of those conversations that might feel a little personal in the best way, I promise. Like we're just sitting across from each other with a coffee, talking honestly about life, money, and what's really going on below the surface. Today's episode is called "The Standard You Set for Your Life Will Show Up in Your Bank Account." Let that settle in for a second. And what I want to start by saying is this is not about hustle culture. This is not about just work harder or manifest more money. This is about identity. It's about the quiet standards you hold for yourself and how those standards shape your financial reality, whether you realize it or not. Because here's the truth. I've seen over and over again in my own life and in the women I talk to, your bank account is not just a reflection of your strategy. It's a reflection of your standards. Not your goals, not your Pinterest vision board, your standards. The things you tolerate, the things you normalize, the things you believe you're just how it is. And I think a lot of us don't realize how low some of those standards quietly are. Like tolerating burnout as the price of success. Undercharging because you don't want to feel uncomfortable. Staying in situations, clients, jobs, partnerships that drain you because it feels safer than change. We don't call these standards. We call them circumstances, but they're not. They're decisions we've normalized. And I say that with so much compassion because I've been there too. There was a season where from the outside, everything looked like it was working. The business was growing, money was coming in, but internally, I felt stretched, overwhelmed, and honestly, a little disconnected from my own life. And I remember having this moment where I thought, if this is success, why doesn't it feel like freedom? And that question changed everything for me because I realized I had built a life based on what I thought I should want, not what actually aligned with me. My standards were off. I had a standard for output, but not for peace. A standard for income, but not for how I felt earning it. A standard for growth, but not for sustainability. And once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it. So I started asking different questions. Not how do I make more money, but what am I no longer available for? Not how do I scale this faster, but what kind of life am I actually building? Because your standards don't just shape your life. They create the container your money flows into. If your standard is chaos, your money will come through chaos. If your standard is overworking, your money will require overworking. If your standard is misalignment, your money will feel misaligned. But when you raise your standards, everything shifts. And I want to be really clear, raising your standards isn't loud. It's not always a big, dramatic life change. Sometimes it looks like saying no to something that drains you, even if it pays well. Charging the rate that makes you nervous, but aligned. Asking for help instead of carrying everything alone. Creating systems so your business supports you, not consumes you. It's subtle, but it's powerful. Because every time you raise your standard, you're reinforcing a new identity. You're telling yourself, this is who I am now. This is what I accept. This is what I build from. And your external world, your business, your opportunities, your income starts to catch up to that. Not overnight, but consistently. And I think this is where identity and money really meet. Because money responds to who you believe you are. If deep down you believe I'm someone who has to hustle for every dollar, you'll keep creating that experience. If you believe I'm someone who builds in a way that feels aligned, supported, and sustainable, you'll start making decisions from that place and your results will reflect it. So if you take anything from this episode, let it be this. Don't just set income goals. Set standards. Standards for your time, standards for your energy, standards for how you get paid, how you work, and how you live. Because your bank account will rise or stay stuck at the level of what you're willing to accept. And you get to decide that. Not someday, not when everything is perfect, now. So maybe today, just start with one question. What is one standard I'm ready to raise? And let that be enough.